subscribers, listeners, red pillars, fellow MGTOW brothers. This is Neo I Believe, and I have a message that I want to deliver, especially to those men out there who wrongfully identify themselves as purple pillars. Yes, purple pillars. I guess you could say the people who are not ready to leave the land of make-believe. Well, that's alright, but not alright for very long. Men, it's vital to understand that there is a choice we have to make, and that this choice is the most important thing in the world. Basically, it boils down to red pill or blue pill. Now, purple pillars, I suppose you think of yourselves as on the fence or the best of both worlds, right? Well, stop that shit. Yes, in the film The Matrix, Neo was indeed in a neutral-like medium state. There was a time where he was just in the Matrix, living a complete and utter lie, wondering if he were awake or sleepwalking. So yes, at one point, he was not even a red pillar, simply because he was ignorant to the fact that there even were two different paths at all. Now, not being a red pillar does not make one a blue pillar, even though the final choice is one pill or the other. You see, to say Neo had not taken the red pill, so he was a blue pillar, would not be accurate at all. It's a bit complicated, but let me continue. Neo was in a state of medium, where he was not yet given the choice because he was completely ignorant to it. And by the time he met Morpheus, Morpheus gave him the final option, one or the other. The exact quote that Morpheus used was, "This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes." And it was then, when he had no other option but one or the other. So this, the very knowledge of knowing about the red pill from the blue pill, was Neo's very transition out of the medium zone, so to speak. When Neo was no longer ignorant to the fact that there was a red or blue, the neutral-like medium state was dead and gone forever. Sounds familiar, doesn't it, MGTOW brothers? I suppose we were all at one point in the medium phase. Think of your life before you had any such knowledge of MGTOW. Or rather, think of your life before you had any such knowledge that you could choose the route of MGTOW, as opposed to a lifetime of gynocentric slavery. This was our medium phase, brothers. We would observe the world around us, the misandry in our television sitcoms, the unfair treatment toward males in our school systems, the false accusations that women would make to hurt guys that they didn't get the gina tingles for, the males becoming unemployed in the workforce to make way for unqualified women, the demanding spouse or significant other who was never satisfied and never at fault, the mangina or white knight bullies who would threaten your freedom or your very life if you so much as disagreed with a woman, and so on. It was a state of mental incarceration, and we felt deep inside that there had to be a way out. Like Neo himself, we didn't know if we were awake or sleepwalking. Then, as MGTOW began to spread, it eventually found us. We would hear about men who walked away from the system, men who did whatever the hell they wanted, men who lived for their own happiness and not for the expectations of others. men who quit their job to travel to exotic lands, men who abandoned dating altogether, men who learned true joy only when they stopped chasing pussy, men who followed their passion and ditched their paycheck to do so, men who took their own money and spent it on themselves instead of saving it to splurge on some nagging cunt girlfriend someday. Men who led a happy and constructive life of independence. True MGTOW men. You see, brothers, it was learning about each other's MGTOW success stories and trials and tribulations that took us out of the neutral-like medium phase. We were now aware. The runaway slaves had gotten word out to the plantation that there is a final choice. MGTOW brothers, we are each other's Morpheus. Now back to the ridiculous idea of purple pillars. So when Neo learned of this red pill or blue pill choice, like us, he couldn't say, I'm gonna continue this phase of medium, and thanks for the info. No. So him not being a red pillar before he took the red pill did not make him a purple pillar. There is no purple pill. It did not make him a blue pillar either. He didn't take the blue pill. Is it starting to make sense so far? Let me add that the idea of creating different colors of pills other than red and blue is just causing confusion to lurkers and potential MGTOWs. Even one of my all-time favorite MGTOWs in our ranks, Mayor of MGTOWN, often uses a made-up pill, the green pill, in his series of videos. It's clear that he identifies a green pillar as a pickup artist, or PUA, who chases tail in hopes of getting laid. But it is also clear that he is being facetious about this green pill. After all, a little humor is entertaining at times, but on a serious note, chasing tail in hopes of getting laid is not exclusive to any one pill, since both a red pillar and a blue pillar can engage in this. Green pills rather resemble gel caps of NyQuil, and this is hardly a time for deep sleep. So, as brothers, we have to embrace that not every man who's not MGTOW is necessarily an enemy yet. The way Morpheus saw it in the film, he says, if you're not one of us, you're one of them. And that's fine. But his life was on the line. In a different way that our lives are on the line as men in the postmodern feminazi Western world. It's safe to say blue pillars are the enemy of red pillars. And these blue pillars mainly include women, manginas, white knights, pussy beggars / simps, feminists, Captain Save-A-Hos, government, state, law enforcement, what have you. Yes, the examples above even had an initial phase of choosing the blue pill to become what they are. They were not tricked into it. The medium state served as a legitimate excuse to not choose red or blue. Now that you understand that we're living in the Matrix, now that you understand this, it's really time to make the choice. There is no pussyfooting around and calling it a purple pill. There simply only exists red or blue. If there even was a purple pill, it would simply be one that leaves you stuck in the Matrix forever. But there's the blue pill for that. Choose wisely. I speak from experience. There is no going back after the pill. I chose the red pill. Who are you going to be? Do not try and ingest the purple pill. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth. What truth, you ask? There is no purple pill. Then you'll see that it is not the purple pill that conjures the fear of change. It is only yourself. Thank you, and believe.